John Legend, Billie Eilish, Phineas. Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issue.
Nicki, I have the biggest. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby.
Nicki Minaj also linking up with Trump, getting her gold card. Also, we haven't talked about this much, but Nicki Minaj, got into a spat versus Don Lemon, and then he got indicted and arrested.
Nicki Minaj has been hinting that JayZ is the most evil person in the music industry for a decade now.
It's too.
Who is the biggest in the music industry?
I want to say, but it would be so real that I can't.
After that wild scene at the 2026 Grammys, Nicki finally broke her silence, and what she dropped online had everyone losing it. She hinted that some serious industry politics were going down behind closed doors, with a few major names pulling strings where nobody could see. As soon as those clips hit the internet, the drama exploded instantly. Fans started connecting dots, people were posting receipts, and the conversation turned real messy in no time. The night that was supposed to be a celebration turned into straight-up chaos. The 2026 Grammy Awards was set to be flawless, everything polished, every star in the game stepping out at the crypto arena in Los Angeles. On February 2nd, 2026, Trevor Noah hit the stage to host his 6th and final Grammys, promising a night to remember. The crowd was hyped, the vibes were electric, and everything felt perfect until one single joke flipped the whole show upside down.
Nicki Minaj has been hinting that JayZ is the most evil person in the music industry for a decade now.
When the camera started sliding across the crowd, you could literally see everyone's reactions in real time, and it was wild. Some people tried to laugh it off, all nervous, while others looked straight up uncomfortable. But what went down next had the entire internet losing its mind. The crowd suddenly went off. Chrissy Teigen got caught on camera throwing up a big thumbs up, and fans online instantly started reading into it. Many said it looked like she was reacting to Nicki not showing up, and that one quick shot turned into a full-blown online storm. John Legend was sitting right beside her, keeping that polite smile, but you could feel the tension through the screen. People online swore the whole vibe of the room shifted the second Nicki's name was mentioned. That tiny clip sparked a massive debate all by itself. Think about that. At one of the most prestigious award shows in music, the crowd got hyped over one of hip-hop's most decorated female MCs being absent. And Trevor Noah? Oh, he wasn't done stirring the pot just yet. Trevor took things even further, and the whole room reacted instantly. You could feel that energy shift the second he kept going, like everyone knew this was about to blow up online. The moment had already been stirring up debates across social media, so when it made its way into the official Grammy monologue, the reactions hit immediately. Suddenly, Hollywood was turning Nicki into the punchline, and people were not having it. But what nobody in that entire building expected was how fast this one joke would light a fire under the industry. Because right in the middle of the ceremony, Nicki Minaj went off. She started dropping post after post, nearly 24 in total, while the show was still going live. Forget the awards, forget the performances. Nicki hijacked the whole conversation online.
If someone owed me $200 million, then I would be in court, not on X. And I guarantee you, if she ever took that to court, that would be a huge story.
Yeah, I agree. Lauren would get the first details as soon as it hit the court. I would be at court for that.
All anyone could talk about that night was what she was saying on X. She called the Grammys a ritual and wrote that God Almighty would reveal himself to them. Then she went even deeper, declaring that every tongue that rises up against her in judgment shall be condemned and put to shame. But that was just a warm-up. What came next had everybody completely shook. Nicki started posting throwbacks. Then Nicki dropped the real bomb, pictures. She started posting old photos that instantly set the internet on fire. Some shots showed JayZ and Aaliyah from way back, while others featured early images of Beyoncé and JayZ together. The posts went viral in seconds. Fans began dissecting every frame, coming up with their own wild theories and meanings behind each picture. Everyone had an opinion, and the online world ran with it like wildfire. Now let's keep it clear. These were just online claims and personal interpretations. No official reports, no legal confirmations, nothing solid to back up what people were speculating. But that didn't stop the frenzy from growing by the minute. The media went into full panic mode trying to catch up. Some outlets called it a meltdown, others called it a power move. But here's the crazy part no one wanted to admit. That night, Nicki Minaj became the most searched artist in the entire world. She even outperformed the actual Grammys in global search traffic. Every single winner that took home a trophy got completely overshadowed by someone who wasn't even in the room. Nicki proved she could dominate the game from 3,000 miles away. No invite, no stage, no performance, just pure influence and power. Now that's a flex. That right there is real influence. And that's exactly why some people swear the industry doesn't want Nicki front and center when the spotlight hits. But let's be real, this whole Grammy night blow-up didn't just come out of thin air. This was years of pressure, tension, and behind-the-scenes drama between Nicki Minaj and the music industry finally boiling over.
So in a series of tweets, Nicki Minaj is claiming that JayZ owes her $100 to $200 million so far.
This wasn't random. This was business beef that had been simmering for almost a decade, and it just exploded. For Nicki, it wasn't just business anymore. It was personal. She was ready to call everyone out by name, no filters. The Grammy crowd had cheered at her absence, laughed when jokes got cracked at her expense, and even threw up thumbs-ups when her name came up negatively. But what they didn't realize was that Nicki Minaj was about to unleash everything she'd been holding in for years. She came straight for Chrissy Teigen over that thumbs-up moment, wasting no time addressing it. Then she started firing off at several other public figures too, calling out names left and right. Social media split instantly. Some said Nicki was finally standing her ground and clapping back, while others claimed she was taking it too far. Either way, the internet couldn't look away for a single second. But out of everyone she called out that night, none of them mattered as much as the main target, JayZ. Nicki went straight for him, claiming he owed her hundreds of millions of dollars. She accused him of wrecking entire industries and made it clear his name was not leaving her mouth anytime soon. All night long and even in the days after, she kept bringing him up, saying fans needed to know the truth about what's really been happening behind closed doors. Nicki told her followers she believed there'd been shady business moves going down in the background for years. Then she hinted that maybe it was finally time for story time, that she'd been trying to warn people about what she knew, but they kept trying to silence and bully her. And right when everyone thought the rant was cooling off, she dropped a massive business bomb that shook the whole industry.
There, hashtag JayZ. You ruined hip-hop, you ruined football, you ruined basketball, you ruined TV, you ruined Instagram, you ruined Twitter. The jig is
negotiated, and until she could publicly reveal what she claims has been going on behind the scenes, she didn't hold back either, referencing alleged industry manipulation, billboard tampering, and a whole lot of dirty dealings. This wasn't just another celebrity feud anymore. This was Nicki Minaj declaring war on the entire music industry machine on a night that was supposed to be all about celebration. That night didn't just make headlines, it ripped the mask off the entertainment world and showed its ugly underbelly. And Nicki Minaj, she was only getting started. She kept saying the industry owed her the bag they'd been holding back and that the system had been trying to silence her for way too long. But to really get why Nicki snapped so hard on Grammy night, we gotta rewind the clock back to 2015. That was when JayZ launched Tidal, his brand new streaming service that was hyped up to change the entire game for artists and how they got paid. Nicki was one of the original artist partners in the lineup, reportedly holding around 3% equity in exchange for heavy promo and exclusive content. She showed up at the launch event, stood right beside JayZ and Beyoncé, and pushed the platform harder than almost anybody, except maybe Beyoncé herself. Her fans streamed, posted, and promoted non-stop, helping Tidal make noise across the whole industry. Then came 2021, and JayZ sold Tidal to Square for a huge $302 million deal. On paper, that should have been a major payday for all the artists who helped build the platform from the ground up. But according to Nicki, that's not what happened at all. She says they tried to buy her silence, offering just $1 million to keep quiet about the whole situation. $1 million. She wasn't having none of that. Fast forward to July 2025, and Nicki finally decided to air everything out in public. She took to X and laid it all out, saying the missing amount was somewhere between $100 to $200 million. She demanded JayZ settle this karmic debt, claiming that the longer it went unpaid, the more interest it was collecting. And just when people thought she was strictly coming for the cash, Nicki slipped in a backhanded comment, saying JayZ was still in her top 5 rappers, but she wanted her bread regardless, a compliment with a sting behind it. But then, things got way deeper than just money. Nicki started dropping accusations that went far beyond any business feud. She claimed JayZ and Roc Nation had their hands in everything: hip-hop, football, basketball, even social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter. She accused them of ruining multiple industries all at once. That's one wild list of accusations right there. Like seriously, how could one man or one company have that much power to tear down entire industries? That's the question that had everyone online buzzing nonstop.
She felt like Lil Wayne. She feels like Lil Wayne should have been the performer at the Super Bowl.
The football angle tied everything together and made the situation even crazier. It all connected back to one of the most talked about Super Bowl moments ever, when Kendrick Lamar got announced as the 2025 halftime performer in New Orleans. Fans were shocked because everyone expected the hometown icon Lil Wayne to get that slot. That's when Nicki came straight for JayZ again, accusing him of shutting Wayne out of the show. She said Jay was denying a young black man what he rightfully built in this game, claiming it was all about his ego. Nicki even alleged that JayZ's long-running beef with Birdman, Drake, and herself had spilled over, and that Lil Wayne was now catching the fallout. But Nicki didn't stop there. She dropped more detailed claims, saying her own music was getting deliberately buried. According to her, her feature on Lil Wayne's Carter 6 album on a track titled "Been From It" was being quietly suppressed by the powers that be. In the song, she even spits bars about the NFL firing certain people only to call them back later, a not-so-subtle shot at the Super Bowl situation itself. Then, Nicki tweeted something that made fans look twice. She said the platforms didn't want people seeing what posts she was liking. That one comment alone had fans screaming about censorship and hidden control behind the scenes. Nicki went even deeper, saying her features were getting demolished and claiming both she and her fans were being monitored online. She told her barbs to save everything, every flag, every suspension, every shadow ban, like it was all part of a bigger pattern. She started amplifying fan theories too, retweeting posts suggesting JayZ had influence over Twitter and other platforms after his alleged business ties when the company got sold to Jack Dorsey.
So she said, they don't want you to see it when I'm liking, so that feature was demolished. Listening devices, cameras, card tags, pages you don't follow under the following section of...
Nicki hinted that her fans were being silenced on purpose. Some of them even tweeted her, saying whenever they showed love, used her hashtags, or tried to boost her new track, the algorithm would instantly push it down. That had her followers convinced there was something bigger happening behind the scenes. But here's the thing, people started asking the tough questions too. If Roc Nation really controlled all the major social media platforms like Nicki claimed, then why couldn't they stop negative stories about themselves from spreading? That's exactly what the Breakfast Club hosts asked when they broke down the drama live on air. They made a fair point. If a team could truly suppress online content, wouldn't they protect their own image first? It's a question that had everyone thinking hard. Still, the timing of certain things definitely looks strange to a lot of fans. Right when Nicki's accusations were lighting up the internet, JayZ popped up in Paris, making a surprise appearance at Beyoncé's tour. It was their first time performing together on stage in 7 years. The coincidence had people side-eyeing everything. JayZ made his entrance like a legend, stepping out to Crazy in Love while the crowd lost their minds. The energy was unreal. Then he performed another track live in Paris, and social media blew up instantly. Some fans started speculating that this surprise performance wasn't random at all, that maybe it was meant to distract from Nicki's explosive allegations that same weekend.
So, over the weekend, Beyoncé took her tour to Paris, and of course, all of the celebrities popped out, but one of the biggest names that people were excited to see, he's at every tour stop, but JayZ actually came out on stage with Beyoncé in Paris. Now, this is a big deal for several reasons. It has been 7 years since they have performed on stage together.
But Nicki wasn't slowing down one bit. She shifted her focus focused toward Desiree Perez, the CEO of Roc Nation, giving her a new nickname, Darrow. Nicki accused her of doing what she called foul things to black artists and communities, doubling down on her claims that the system had been rigged for years. Now, Desiree Perez already had a documented criminal history that's been discussed online before, but those old reports started resurfacing fast once Nicki brought a name up again. Critics began revisiting Perez's past, linking it back to the heated drama unfolding across social media. Then Nicki reposted a powerful interview featuring Dem Hadley, Perez's estranged daughter. In that clip, Hadley accused her mother of allegedly forcing her into a mental health facility under Florida's Baker Act. Nicki even drew comparisons between Hadley's story and her own past swatting incidents, where fake emergency calls were made to her home. It was clear Nicki was connecting dots that had the entire industry watching closely. Nicki started connecting the dots even more, saying Roc Nation had allegedly used its power to mess with her image and reputation, just like Dem Hadley claimed her mother Desiree Perez had done to her. Nicki tweeted asking, "Isn't it strange that Perez's own daughter says they made false statements to get her locked in a mental facility?" She didn't stop there. She questioned how it was funny that Perez's black son-in-law was allegedly accused of hurting Hadley, only for that to lead to his false arrest too. In Nicki's eyes, the similarities between Hadley's story and her own were impossible to ignore. The pattern, she said, was the same, and the accusations just kept piling up. Then she dropped even more tea, claiming JayZ got heated with it because she refused to hand over a beat that she had already started legal paperwork for. Nicki said the track she made with The Weeknd for her Queen album was originally hers alone, but JayZ allegedly insisted it belonged to Beyoncé instead, and that wasn't the only claim she made. She even said she got hit with a lawsuit worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over a collab with Nas that never got released, all because of what she described as JayZ's jealousy. At this point, the situation was...
I'm wondering why Roc Nation don't sue Nicki. They're quick to kind of support Meg and sue a blogger who doesn't have anything. Why not sue Nicki?
That's pure chaos. The smoke was thick, and everyone online was asking the same burning question. If Roc Nation really thinks Nicki's lying, why not take her to court already? She's been calling them out publicly for months now, and no legal action yet? That silence had fans wondering what was really going on. A lot of people started raising eyebrows, wondering why no legal action hadn't been taken yet. Some critics pointed out that in other cases where public accusations were made, lawsuits came flying almost immediately, but not this time. Others argued that maybe the silence from Roc Nation and JayZ was a strategic move, a way of avoiding feeding the fire. Still, staying quiet doesn't automatically mean anything. It just made everything feel even more mysterious. Then The Breakfast Club chimed in with what might have been the most level-headed take on the whole situation. They said straight up, if somebody owed them $200 million, they wouldn't be tweeting about it. They'd be in court. They even joked that if Nicki ever filed that kind of lawsuit, it would be one of the biggest celebrity court cases in history, and they'd personally pull up to watch it go down.
He's blaming Nicki Minaj as being like, maybe he has this theory that because Nicki has the ear of Trump controls the DOJ, right? Maybe that's what he's thinking, that Nicki's voice.
One of the hosts also dropped a key point that hit hard. They said, when you call somebody out for not doing enough for the community, you gotta make sure you're doing just as much or more yourself. That line stuck with people. It was a reminder that public battles hit harder when both sides have something real to stand on. Because that's the natural question, right? If someone's not doing enough, then what are you doing? The host made it clear this was personal for Nicki. It wasn't just about the money anymore, it was about loyalty, respect, and that Super Bowl situation with Lil Wayne. But when it came to those bigger, heavier accusations, they said plain and simple, big claims need big evidence. Meanwhile, old clips started resurfacing. In past interviews, Beyoncé talked about how she and Nicki met through mutual respect for each other's music. What started as casual talk about maybe working together eventually became something real, proof that at one point there was genuine love and creative energy between them. But Nicki had been sounding the alarm about JayZ for years, way before the Grammys drama, way before this entire saga. In one throwback interview, when she was asked who the most difficult person in the music industry was, Nicki got quiet. She said she wanted to say it, but it would be so real she couldn't. She literally pleaded the fifth. Then she teased that if she ever spoke that name out loud, it would cause an explosion. Nicki even hinted that there were two of them, two men she described as infantile individuals, and she promised one day she was gonna blow up their entire spot. That day finally came. The spot's been blown wide open. Nicki Minaj is on full throttle and showing no signs of slowing down. She doubled down on her earlier promise, saying she won't be releasing any new music until a contract gets renegotiated. She's claiming there's been unfair treatment baked deep into the system, especially in how certain platforms like Billboard operate. Nicki also dropped a major hint that there are investigations brewing behind the scenes.
Did campaign for Barack Obama crazy?
Nice he did for Barack Obama.
He did a president is black, but he definitely was out there for Barack.
Real industry issues that she says are about to come to light. She told her fans to save everything, every deleted post, every flagged tweet, every time they get muted or suspended. According to her, the proof of censorship and suppression is already out there. It just needs to be collected. And she didn't stop there. Nicki started calling out journalists and podcasters directly by name, demanding they report on these allegations with the same energy they give every other scandal. She said her documentary was sabotaged because she dared to speak openly about the abuse she experienced, and that powerful people have been stalling her projects, hoping she'd go broke and come crawling back. Nicki made one thing clear: she's not scared and she's not backing down. She warned that the destruction about to fall on those who played her is no joke.
Nicki said she warned them. She told them to leave her alone. Now she says they're about to find out exactly why they should have kept it moving and stopped trying to play with her name. The industry, however, is staying mostly silent. JayZ hasn't spoken a word publicly, Beyoncé hasn't addressed a single accusation, and Roc Nation still hasn't filed any lawsuits, despite how explosive some of Nicki's claims have been. Meanwhile, the blogs Nicki accuses of protecting JayZ keep covering the story, but the coverage often feels twisted, like they're watering down what she's actually saying. Even at the Grammys, JayZ and Beyoncé showed up together, cool and unbothered, while the internet was still buzzing with Nicki's posts. Neither of them said anything about it. People online are split right down the middle. Some say the silence is a smart strategy to avoid adding more fuel to the fire, while others see it as straight-up avoidance. But either way, one thing's for sure: silence doesn't confirm or deny anything. Nicki Minaj has now positioned herself as the ultimate truth teller, a woman taking on an entire industry that, according to her, wants to silence her because she knows too much. Whether you believe her story or think it's all part of the spectacle, one thing can't be denied: Nicki owns the conversation. Her words move millions, her posts shake the internet, and her accusations, they've raised questions that the industry can't keep dodging forever. Now the world's watching closer than ever because Nicki's saga isn't slowing down one bit. Every time she speaks, it feels like a new layer of this mystery peels back. Fans are combing through old interviews, old photos, and even archived tweets, trying to piece together what she's been hinting at for years. The theories are endless, and the internet is eating it up. Nicki's been dropping cryptic posts lately, stuff that sounds like more is coming. She's teased part 2 of her truth, hinting that she's got receipts locked and loaded. People close to her claim she's documenting everything, building her own narrative before the industry can twist it again. And honestly, that's got everybody on edge: supporters, critics, even industry folks who stayed quiet until now. Meanwhile, Roc Nation continues its silence, but insiders say behind the scenes, meetings are happening. Some think a quiet PR plan is already in motion to contain whatever Nicki drops next. Others believe they're waiting for her to make one wrong move, something they can legally jump on. But until that happens, Nicki's voice just keeps getting louder. And here's the wild part: her fans are turning this into a full-blown movement. They're tagging posts, archiving content, and even calling out major media outlets for ignoring the story. To them, this isn't just drama, it's rebellion. Whether you think she's uncovering corruption or just stirring chaos, one thing's for sure: the world's watching Nicki Minaj like never before, and it feels like this story's just beginning.
I just think that when you criticize somebody for what they are doing or haven't done for a community, whatever her argument is, you have to be doing equal or more. Because that would be my question, right?
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not doing anything, well, then what do you do?
And just when everyone thought things couldn't get any crazier, Nicki hinted that receipts are coming. She went live for a few minutes, barely saying a word, just scrolling through screenshots on her phone while the chat exploded. Viewers swore they saw industry emails, private texts, and names of people they never expected to see involved. The clip vanished soon after, but by then, the internet had already snatched it, reposted it, and broken it down frame by frame. Now fans are convinced that Nicki's gearing up to drop a full expose, something that's gonna shake up the entire music business. Some insiders claim she's working with an independent journalist to put everything out in a documentary-style format, completely uncensored. If that's true, this could go from social media chaos to historic industry fallout. Meanwhile, other artists are starting to move differently. A few have quietly unfollowed JayZ and Roc Nation pages, while others have started liking Nicki's cryptic posts, moves that fans are reading as subtle support. The tension's getting thicker by the day, and you can feel that something big is brewing. Nicki's camp hasn't confirmed anything yet, but her fans swear this is the calm before the storm. They're saying she's been saving proof for years, and that the moment she drops it, everything changes. Whether it's a doc, a live stream, or a tell-all record, the next thing Nicki releases might not just shake the culture, it might rewrite it. The battle between Nicki Minaj and the music industry's power players is far from over. If anything, it's just heating up. Nicki has made it clear. She's got story times coming, she's got receipts waiting, and she's ready to drop names of everyone she says played a part in trying to bring her down. And if history's taught us anything about Nicki Minaj, it's that once she starts talking, she doesn't stop until every word is heard loud and clear. She's promised to reveal everything, every shady deal, every hidden move, every time someone tried to silence her. Her fans believe this is more than a feud, it's a fight for the truth. And judging by her energy right now, she's not backing down at all. The industry might be powerful, but Nicki's influence is unmatched. Now the biggest question left hanging in the air is, who's next? Who's gonna speak up, and who's gonna try to shut her down? Because one thing's for sure, this story is nowhere near done. The storm's still building, and when the next wave hits, it might just flip the entire game upside down. If you've been following this saga and want to keep up with every shocking update, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. Do you think Nicki's exposing the truth, or is the industry trying to spin the story? Your take might just be the next headline.